This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Let's jump into why we're here, Arn. It's all about the Arn Show here. Every other week, we throw you guys the keys to the kingdom and say, hey, man, what kind of show do you want? What do you want to talk about? Let's do a little hashtag Ask Arn Anything. We got hundreds of questions. There's no way we'll get to them all. Let's jump right into it. Rajiv says on Ask Aaron Anything, which exists over at adfreeshows.com. She said when Arn was first let go from WWE, he looked 10 years younger. Does that mean for the first time in your life, you looked 30 instead of 40?
Oh, you guys, I'm going to scoop you up into one circle and call you what you are, you smart asses. I will take looking 30 at any point in time. If I do make it to 65, wow, it has been the slowest turn of the wheels ever, I guess, in a lot of people's mind. What's the question again?
Well, he's just joking about how Aaron thinks it was a life-changing situation for you in a good way to finally come off the road with WWE.
Yeah, I mean, I got the call and hung up the phone maybe 3 minutes before she walked in the door. And apparently I had, I don't know what the look I had. I know outwardly, inwardly, I was doing jumping jacks with a half twist. And she said, what's wrong? I said, I just got canned. And she went, what? I said, yes. And she said, well, are you okay? I said, never better. And it was literally like 500 pounds had just been lifted off my shoulder. And I looked at her and said, I pointed towards over to the couch and I said, I will be sitting right there this coming Monday. And we started to talk more about it, you know, what had occurred and ramifications and all that. And man, I felt great for somebody that, you know, usually in our business, I would have looked at that as humiliation and one of those things, what are we going to do? And how are we going to get by? And, oh my God, you know, it's like, you know, at that point in time, there weren't that many places still, you know, to wrestle. AEW had only been started a small, short amount of time. And it was like it was a panic mode situation, or should have been, but I was absolutely thrilled because we'd prepared for this. It's like, you know, we lived beneath our means and we had taken care of our money and, you know, done all the right things that you're supposed to do heading towards retirement. This was just one of those things that was unexpected, but man, I was ready.
Well, and we're glad to have you here. So, I don't know that it would have happened otherwise. I know it wouldn't have. So it all worked out.
Shall I tell the audience part two?
Sure. Go ahead.
Well, and just when things, you know, you're going to, no matter what, even though we knew we'd prepared and all those things and done all the right things where we should, everything was up to date, you know, the right investments and all that. A little birdie must have heard about it and said, can I come over? And guess who the little birdie was?
Well, it was a big birdie.
It was Big Birdie, the podcast birdie. And Conrad Thompson started throwing out some things that apparently he had already thought about. And so many things made sense. And he was so high on what he thought I could pull off. You know, I was scared to death that, man, I don't know. This is not a promo. This is not, you know, anything resembling that. You know, I don't know if I could do it or not. He assured me I could. And he left that day from the house. I drove you back and, man, I just felt really good about it. And I owe it to you. And I appreciate you more than you know. It's given me an avenue to relax a little bit about the business and not have to be so uptight about it and just enjoy some things and some stories that nobody would have heard otherwise. So my life got better that day and my family's life got better that day. And I know I thank you a lot, but I can't thank you enough. So that's how it all got started.
Likewise, man. I appreciate your faith and confidence in me. And together we're having some fun, and thanks to everyone supporting our sponsors, we're able to make a little money too. So we appreciate you guys helping support our sponsors and supporting us over at adfreeshows.com. As you heard Arn say, it means a lot, not only to us, but to our families. And we're just, we're all tickled to be here, man. And I'm looking forward to doing this for a long, long time.
You betcha.
Roger wants to know any particular favorite enhancement talent that you enjoyed working with.
Oh, well, Bobby Blaze was good. Excellent. Matter of fact, yeah. Bob Cook was a tremendous worker. George South has to be at the top of the list. You know, there were Mike Jackson. There were guys that just never, for whatever reason, caught a break that probably should have and should have been on the regular crew, but that's some that really come to mind right away.
Scion wants to know, what's Arn's opinion on WWE Studios? Has he ever enjoyed any of their films?
Well, I never was involved on that end of the business. I can't begin to tell you guys how consuming the job that I had was, being on the road all the time and, you know, doing international shows and international travel and, you know, quite a few house shows. I was never involved in the movie making end. I was happy for the guys that did have movies, the Canes and all those different guys that got to star in those movies, you know, Cena and Orton. And, you know, it just was a possibility that something big would open up. Obviously it has for John. Obviously it did for Rock. You know, probably Austin. There's a lot of guys that have done several movies. I was just happy that may lead to something in Hollywood. You never know.
Here's one from Mark in Dryden. He wants to know, was Arn aware of the Rock and wrestling connection as it was happening? What were his thoughts about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like you could see that developing. It was oil and water. It was so different, you know, that it just made it, you could not watch. You had to watch. But you couldn't not watch, I guess. I misspoke. It was just the two personalities, and they made it credible. They made it enjoyable. Their chemistry was excellent, and you could tell that deal was going to draw a lot of money.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.